Welcome, Erkki.
Welcome, Elaine.
You are from Impact Day. Introduce yourself a bit. What do you do there?
Well, Impact Day is the biggest sustainability festival here in the Baltics and Nordics region. My job or role is to be the program manager, but as being a founder of a company, then, well, in some ways you do everything that is needed to be done. But in everyday activities, just like mostly my responsibility, let's say, is this, that there would be awesome performers on the stage, that they would do a great job and people would get good inspiration, knowledge from them and put this into practice after they've left the conference.
How did you get to organizing such an event?
In some ways, the story is very simple, but let's go a longer format. This time, I'm coming from this kind of family where my grandfather was a driver, so motorcycle driver. So he loved to fix things. So when I was small, I don't know, 4 or 5, I had this racing car. And well, I love playing with it, but sometimes, it falls down, it goes broken. So then my grandfather wasn't this kind of person who bought another one, but he fixed it. And I still have the toy. I think somewhere it's very broken, but it's very emotional because you used it for a long time. And this is something that's, let's say, this kind of first memory that I have with sustainability. And then somehow it just has been part of the, let's say, mindset of, it's normal to repair things and use them for a long time. And that is in some way the way how I got into sustainability, and how we started with the Impact Day is a little bit more pragmatic. Like we watched that Estonia is very good in startup wise. We have 10 unicorns. We're very well known in countries around us and in the world overall, being a unicorn nation. And as we are together with Merilin and Kathleen, who we started Impact Day, we're big believers into sustainability and doing impactful activities. Then we were thinking that, how have startup kind of thinking have gone get so big in Estonia? It has been through events and bringing people together. So we thought that, let's copy what startup community has done well, and let's do the exactly same thing. And then we thought that, so let's do a festival. The Impact Day wasn't the name, but this is what we stick with. And as they say, less is history, but that's basically how we started with it, that we just wanted to copy something that's already being done very well.
So no need to invent something new if it's not broken, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's how kids learn, that adults are walking, they want to follow it as well, and we just love learning from those who are doing things great, and then putting your own touch, or the combinations are always new, but don't have to invent the bicycles. You can just do what's being done well.
Right, but with event organizing, you've done something before as well.
Yeah. Kathleen and Merilin, all of us has been, let's say, this hustlers or organizers all our life. Maybe I'm the latest one because Merilin is at the moment 24 years old, but last 10 years, or she has already 10 years of event experience. When she was 14, she saw the problem that kids with diabetes didn't get any support from country. So she started fundraising for it, and being 14, 15, she raised 100,000 euros. So she's quite capable, let's say. And in this sense, Kathleen is similar. She has cum laude from master's degree. She has cum laude from bachelor degree. Has golden medal. She did 6 sports basically at the same time in high school, being president of the youth council or something like that. So being very active and organizing all the time. So that's both of their background. And I got into this mindset, let's say, a little bit later, but from university time as well. I've organized a lot of events. I think together now, maybe, 100, 150 different workshop training seminars besides of that. And that has gave us, good head start for organizing a little bit bigger event as well now.
It sounds like you're a very established group of people.
Yeah, could be. We have been, I'm 30 now, Merilin is 24, Kathleen is 30 as well, but we have been working already together from university time, or not working, in university you don't work, you just do something that you want to do, and in this sense, yes, we've been doing things together already 7 years. So you get to know each other, and you can. It's easy to work like that. Yeah.
But with this time in the event organizing industry, to say so, what are the kind of the challenges or unique kind of things that you've encountered over time?
I don't know, like, are they unique in a sense? Probably they're similar all the time, or like at least in our experience has been. Being an event organizer, it's organizing events is very this kind of intense kind of thing, not long time, steady pace kind of happening, but more of short times of or bursting and doing something very intensely. And this puts or gives you this challenge as well, that everything is people are expecting to do things on the last minute. And if you want to do something very professionally, we are organizing those 3 days whole year long. It's not that we do it for like 2 months in front or something like that. And of course, events can be done like this as well. But if you're wanting to do something very professional, you have to be thorough and think through the small details, right? So this means that it takes for us basically a whole year to do this. And then if you approach somebody, let's say 8 months in front, that you could be a great performer, you could get that and that, please come to our stage. Then they're like, I'm not even thinking about fall at the moment. So this is some ways this kind of challenge that we're having, that people are not in this mindset, or that's the context that they're used with it, that everything is done on the last minute. Mm-hmm. Yet, as we are a sustainability event, sustainability means thinking long term. We are trying to change these kind of things as well, that event industry or events are being watched, not that just do them randomly at some point, but think it long term. So that's maybe one challenge that we have in this sense, and probably a lot of event organizers have it.
But what do you have anything to improve in these places, or?
Well, of course, if we take exactly the challenge just shared, then it is training or helping people to understand that things can be done differently, because like we are putting our program up already 2 months in front. Our program at the moment when we're recording is end of May. Last 2 years, our program has been confirmed 4 or 5 months in front, and that's not every day kind of way, probably, or maybe with some MTs, of course, as well. And this is how we try to change it as well. We just do as many controllables that we can do in front, of course, and then go with the flow. Some things still need to be done in the last minute as well, but we're giving our best to take the stress of last minute down and go for a long summer vacation, because everything's done before. Right.
But talking about sustainability, and including this in the event itself, if I go usually to like an exhibition or an event, there's a lot of like a booth, and they're giving out these flyers, they're taking the printouts, all of this kind of merch and stuff. But this is really like a waste. Sometimes it goes to waste, or it's not used properly. So I'm just thinking, like, on the sustainability side, do you allow your like exhibitors any kind of printouts, or how do you solve this kind of issue?
Yeah, that's a very simple real life example. This is happening a lot, and of course, like, we're trying to tackle it as well. We have sustainability guidelines. We do briefings with all the exhibitants before the festival, saying that these kind of things you should take, these things don't take. So exactly flyers or one-time prints or etc. And still, like last year, some brought. We are a sustainability festival. We only have like full vegan food as well. Yet some exhibitants still brought like animal food. I don't know, ice creams or these kind of things. And this like still happens. So we just try to again get better in the briefing, explaining to others, so they would understand like why we do those kind of things, how they can change it the other way around. Because one very, let's say, creative example in this sense, we had Milton being one of the exhibitants, and they took old wallpaper where people like wrote their ideas, I think, about sustainability, and it was very popular because, well, it was old wallpaper. It's not this kind of everyday A4 paper that you're seeing. So it makes it fun and interesting for people as well when you have this kind of creative solutions. And it's And of course, this is again the normality to shift. So still work in progress as well.
Right. Do you like blacklist the vendors that you use the forbidden things, or
No, we don't blacklist them. That's the thing again, prepping long in front, because we are taking place in Põhjala factory, and there's a lot of different like food places over there as well. And they are not all vegan food, right? So again, like our technical producer goes there, talks that, we want to do the festival like this, that there would be vegan food. What do you think? Are you like, okay? Can you change your menu at least for that time, maybe? And actually people are very open-minded, if you're friendly with them and you try to help them to understand why do you do it. And last year as well, or like 2 years, all the other food places, they have substituted, or like for those days, they have only offered vegan food. Only one place haven't done it, and we just didn't list them as a place to go eat as well. But people still had the opportunity, of course, but they're coming along very well. And other example again was about packaging as well. We don't want to have one-time packaging, right? And this again, our technical producer Kathleen went and talked, please use a reusable or something that can be used many times, right? And everybody was like, yeah, okay, like we can do this. We of course have to provide them the options, what are like substitutes. And if they have those, people are naturally want to work together with everybody, right? So they came along, and some with that kind of, they understand that, this is an opportunity. And Viljandi Burger started using only reusable like packages, or however you call them, for burgers, not anymore like one time. So this is just other way of doing things, probably.
Yeah, I think it's a great influence to like build this kind of relationship based, like, can we do this better? And like year after year, it goes in the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of educating.
Yeah. But I'm thinking about what we do at Exponaut is digitalization of events and such. So we also think of ourselves as like sustainable solution. For example, for networking purposes, I don't need to do my business cards. I can just load up on my phone and such, or as an alternative at the booths, like all of your flyers or brochures, you can have them online. Everyone will be accessible and such. So I'm thinking to ask you, like, how has, over the years of organizing the Impact Day, how has like digitalization helped with your like goal?
Oh, well, absolutely. This is again like something very great that you brought up. In this sense, of course, like digitalization makes it way easier. One side of it is, of course, like networking. On first year, we didn't use anything for networking, and people still, networked, but it's only limited to the time frame when we're having the event.
Yeah.
Second year, we're using something for networking, and now it's so much easier. People can already like a week or month or like 2 weeks in front as well start connecting with each other, and it just gives way more value for the festival itself, that you're not only connected to the physical world basically, but you're connected. Well, it's the same thing that Facebook does or Instagram basically does. You can communicate with each other just a longer time, and in this sense, of course, like digitalization is no-brainer, or it's just the way to go, because besides like networking, it helps us in the way of this as well, that a lot of the times, let's say stage hosts or performers, they print out their texts or points that they want to say, but again, you can take your phone, you can take your tablet, and again, you don't have to print it, and you can use it very easily. So we try to use, of course, as much digitalization as possible, like instead of I haven't seen the timetable somewhere would be like in physical. They're always on screens, but again, all these kind of things makes life way easier.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I also have noticed that after the pandemic, sometimes people are a bit afraid of the digitalizations. They're afraid that you will lose the face-to-face contact, or like all the hybrid events or virtual events that we had, or when we had to cancel sometimes. Then people want this like connection, but I would say it doesn't kill the connection. It enhances it because you have more options and you're more like effective in this way. So one doesn't mean other goes away in that sense.
Absolutely. I think maybe from other angle, but similar thing to compare is like when cinemas came out, people didn't stop going to theaters. People still go to theaters. When Netflix came out, cinemas didn't went bankrupt as well. The people still go to cinemas as well. So in like our view as well, it just gives you another option, because something that our attendees enjoy as well is that a lot of festivals don't do it. Some do that, they record and you can watch afterwards. But we are actually doing this as well, that you can watch. Well, you can be at home, watch it, and then a lot of people are like this, that maybe first 2-3 hours they're just watching it through screen, and then they're like, okay, for the other half of the day I'm coming to present, and then like talking with people, and this again gives you extra layer or like giving more flexibility. And the same way with networking, like you can right in front, you can meet at the spot at I don't know, coffee line or whatever, but overall it's just another tool in your belt, making it accessible a bigger amount of people.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to fly in or any kind of like things if you can't, or it's more inclusive as well. If people can't attend the physical event and such.
Yeah, absolutely. All those, let's say, smaller groups, or who have some kind of harder access with a wheelchair or whatever, or if you get sick, you can still just watch it. You don't lose all the experience and tickets money.
Yeah, exactly. It enhances the value in that sense. Is there any kind of like a story or most like memorable moments that would be like interesting to share for other like event organizers over the years, or maybe from this year? Or
just something fun with Impact.
Something fun, yeah.
Well, as we tried to create this kind of, let's say, empowering and memorable moments, one thing that we have now done in 2 years is that at the end of the festival, as a last activity, we don't have, let's say, big fireworks or whatever. It wouldn't be too sustainable as well, right? What we have is this, that all the volunteers and organizers, and already some our creators and partners as well, we're dancing together after one song. It's the, I don't remember the author, but Word Hold On is the title, some very famous song. And as we have done it like 2 years, and first year, you have your amount of people have learned it and can do this, and then second year already some from first year are remembering it, and new people are knowing it as well, so the crowd gets bigger. So we will see how it will go on the third year as well. But this is something, again, very small, this kind of connecting community thing that's very close to heart.
Right, yeah, like a little tradition starting, right?
Absolutely.
That's great. So a bit about Impact Day using Exponaut as a partner in the last year. How was this experience for the organizers itself and your participants?
Using Exponaut was something that I would say that helped to expand our possibilities as well, because before that we hadn't had experience or understanding basically that you can do a virtual expo. When you think about expo, you always think about it as something physical, right? You go and you come and watch. So this was something that was useful in that sense, that we started thinking a little bit wider as well, that you are actually attracting people virtual as well, and well, they're watching your environment and who's being there, and they can very easily like match meetings as well. So in this sense, it was again useful tool to use, because it just made our, let's say, festival as a whole, or like a better whole that's connected a systematical way, and nobody, let's say, loses or runs out of something, because, well, yeah, everything is closer for them and easier to use.
Right. How many visitors do you have in total, and how many organizations?
So last year, together with pre-events and everything, we had nearly 2,700 visitors, or like attendees. And partners-wise, I think we had around 90 or so. And from, well, of course, their level of participation was different from all three sectors. So yeah, quite a good amount of people and partners.
Yeah. And do you know maybe the percentage of how many is like local, how many is from abroad?
Yeah, the numbers are quite similar to other festivals, let's say, or like, for example, the Nordic Business Forum and the Startup Day. So if they have around, I think, 20 to 25% of foreigners, we had last year, I think, 17 or 18 percentage. So mostly people from Estonia, but let's say every fifth then coming from abroad as well.
Right. And also a bit about volunteers. I understand they're like a big part of your success at the event. Like how many volunteers do you have? Who are they mostly? And are they reoccurring? And how do you manage them?
Yeah, all that. So overall, we had last year around 100 volunteers. This year, we're expecting to have a bit more. I think there were from 15 different countries. So in some sense, at least some feedback that we got, they were very happy that we were so open to take them from different countries, because sometimes the, let's say, cultural and language differences can create barriers as well. And there were very different people in this sense. There were, well, our own relatives who are like 15, so still kids. Some, I think, were, I don't know, maybe around 45, 50, just something, wanting to do something besides their work. Some just saw it somewhere randomly and are looking something for new and then came along. Some are interested in sustainability. So in this sense, I would say the group of them was quite diverse.
Right, but what brings them? Is that the goal of the event, or do they want to just make connections or get some experience?
In some ways, like all of that, depending on a person. Mostly, of course, like as we are kind of only this kind of size sustainability event, it's just exciting to be part of something like bigger as well. And a lot of them are very interested in the sustainability topics, so that's why they're coming. But for some, of course, it's again, you want to get new connections. You just want to spend time like we want to spend it. Some like that there are free snacks, so everybody have their own motivation. But sustainability is the connecting theme for them.
Right. You also mentioned some other events, like Startup Day and such, in like Estonia's event business or event organizing field. Are you all friendly? I know there's like lots of like startup themed things, like the Latitude that was last week and such. Do you all like sometimes, I don't know, exchange knowledge or like some experiences, and how is that?
Yeah. A lot of our success or let's say that we have done so well comes from Startup Day, because I think 4 or 5 of their former head organizers are the one that at the beginning we just went to them and asked, so what did you do? And we just tried to copy that as well, because they have done a great job in their 7 years and they grew the Startup Day very fast, very big. So we have got a lot of smartness basically from them, from Latitude as well. Liisi has been doing it now for 3 years, right? And she's also very amazing community builder. So she has come and shared to our community as well, like how she has done what she has done. So in this sense, she's very helpful. And third, like who we are watching from down to up, basically, is that the Nordic Business Forum is doing very awesome job on the customer experience side. So they are very, let's say, top level, and this is something where we would like to be one day as well, because they're really doing a great job. And from there, Britis has been with Merili on lunch as well. So Estonia, Finland, everything is so small. You can basically, there's one person between you. Sometimes there isn't one person between you, and you can already go for lunch to ask a couple of questions. So in this sense, yeah, it's easy, and it's very good that everybody are friendly and willing to help each other.
That's great to see and hear as well, that actually like in this small, like relatively small country, we have so many like flagshipping events that are like really like worldwide, like known, and very like it's good to hear that you all are friendly and take notice of each other.
Yeah, it's random to compete over here. Baltic market, and even if you combine it with Nordic market, is smaller than any big country in Europe. So if you compete here, it's, well, you have small ambitions then probably.
Yeah, right. It was a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much. If you want to mention exactly when and where, and where can I get the tickets for Impact Day and where should I come, then let me know.
Sure.
And let everyone know.
Yeah, come to Impact Day 10 to 12th of October, and just go to impactday.eu and choose the passes that suit the best for you.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Helen.